as an individual I've always found difficult to like. I'll tell you why. Because he is that sort of character who gets under your skin. He appeals constantly. He never turns around to appeal properly and gets away with it from very early in his career. And it's something that many people have noticed. But having said all of that, you can't argue with 600 test wickets. He obviously is a world-class performer, even if he isn't the most likable of characters. The fact is that that tandem with Jimmy Anderson has been devastating for England. And as we've seen, when he doesn't play, how costly it is, because England was so confident and so arrogant about their own abilities in 2019 that they dropped Stuart Broad for the first test in Barbados and lost the match by over 300 runs. And it was very difficult to come back from that. And occasionally he's been dropped and has been wondering about whether or not he really matters to English cricket anymore. But clearly he's energized by the Ashes, as you would expect most English and Australian cricketers to be. So yes, there's no getting away from it. 600 test match wickets, especially for a fast medium bowler. The toll it takes on you, the perseverance, the dedication, it really is a tremendous effort.
Yeah. Any comment, Faz, about the competitiveness of the fast bowling product that England has at the moment? Because we see players from time to time being rotated. Wokes didn't play the first two tests, didn't he? And he had 4 wickets today, almost as if he wants to, prove a point that he belongs in the first choice pacers.
And this is the concern we have about the international game now, Lance, because you can't imagine in World Cup football, if you want to talk about World Cup football finals, that players will be rested at key points. But this happens in test match cricket because there's just simply too much cricket.
Okay.
That the body cannot take the load of test cricket, one-day internationals, T20s, franchise, county cricket, and so on. So in a way, test cricket is being compromised by a situation where you're not always fielding your best 11, but you're fielding an 11 that is your best manageable 11, because someone like a Chris Wokes is almost an automatic selection in England, but he hardly ever plays outside of England because his numbers are very poor. Mark Wood didn't play the first couple of test matches, but then was breathing fire at Headingley, where he picked up 5 wickets in the first innings. So again, we have to ask ourselves, if the test cricket we're watching right now, as competitive and as intriguing as it is it actually featuring the best available players at any one time?
On the other hand, Faz, are the Aussies looking vulnerable here? I know they're away from home and the English fans will create an atmosphere of England, being in the catbird seat. But the Aussies are leading this series 2-1, and their body language is almost suggesting to me as if they're feeling pressure and trying hard to hang on.
I think they're hanging on, especially with Nathan Lyon not being there. They've decided not to go with a spinner, which is an interesting choice, which is that a reflection of confidence in their fast bowlers, of lack of confidence in Todd Murphy as an option. But again, think about it, that Nathan Lyon, before that injury, had played 100 consecutive test matches for Australia, taking you back to 2011. So this leaves an air of vulnerability. And of course it's being magnified because the English are brash, they're in your face, they're arrogant, they're dominant, they're scoring quickly, they're doing different things, while the Australians are trying to be all deadpan and conservative. And they look as if they're hunkering down. And again, I recall just before the start of the third test match, the build-up to it was the series was on a knife edge. And I said, which knife? Because Australia were 2-0 up. Which knife are they talking about? But again, it's the psychology of it. So 2-1 suddenly feels like 2-all. And you almost get this sense that the Australians are falling for that as well.
Yeah, I can see that because that is what I am seeing in this current series, even though the Aussies are leading in this series. 299 for 8 at Stumps, Faz. A day that was difficult for the Aussies. Who are you backing to win this test match? And obviously the Aussies just want to ensure they don't lose, because if they don't, they would have retained the Ashes. But your thoughts on where this match is heading? given what you've seen on the first day.
Yeah, and I think given all of the different elements even leading up to the match and the way the first day went, I think England have the edge. I think when they go out to bat, they're going to continue with this positive way, even if it results in a couple of early wickets. They're going to score quickly. They're going to take on Australia, even if they trail, if they have a lead. They're going to come at Australia again in the second innings. So I think at the moment, as much as it pains me to say it, that I think England are on course to be 2-all going into the final test at the Oval.
Well, Faz, we'll look forward to day 2 and see how this turns out, because as it stands, I said at the top, it looks as if it's any one of the teams' match to win. So we'll look to see when England gets the opportunity to bat. We want to thank you so much. As always, we enjoy having you on the SportsMax Zone. We'll chat again very, very soon.
Take care.
All right, well, before we go, match 8 of the inaugural Major League Cricket tournament in the USA saw Sunil Narine and Andrew Russell's Los Angeles Knight Riders taking on San Francisco Unicorns. Matthew Wade 78 lifted the Unicorns to the tournament's highest score to date, 212 for 7 of 20 overs, after electing to bat New Zealander Corey Anderson added 39. Adam Zampa was the best Knight Riders bowler with 3 for 41. Chasing a target of 213 for victory, Los Angeles were restricted to 191 for 5 in their 20 overs, with Englishman Jason Roy and Andrew Russell leading with 45 and 42 respectively. Shadab Khan was the pick of the bowlers for San Francisco with 2 for 26. Los Angeles will be back in action in Match 9 of Major League Cricket live on SportsMax on Friday versus Washington Freedom, starting at 4:30 p.m., 5:30 for the Eastern Caribbean. Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news and entertainment.